Alright, grade 5. Our goal for today is to multiply unit fractions by unit fraction. When we say unit fraction, we mean a fraction with a numerator of 1. For example, a half. As you see, the numerator is 1. Other unit fractions could be a third, a fourth, a fifth, and so on. So today we will be looking at fraction multiplication with unit fractions only. Okay, let's try and solve a word problem together. Let's say I have a third of Rice Krispie treats and I would like to give a half of this third to my neighbors. So I'd like to identify what fraction of a pan of Rice Krispie treats does this half of a third that I want to give to my neighbors represent. In order to do that, we will visualize this. And as I know, something of something is multiplication, so we have to deal with a multiplication problem. And I need to identify a half of a third. We spoke at the beginning of the year that when we're representing multiplication, we're dealing with rows and columns. And in this situation, I need to find half of a third. So let's see how we can visualize this problem using a rectangular array model. Let's first visualize this third. As I see in my columns, I have 3 of them, and I will shade one of them since I have a third of Rice Krispie treats. There it is. This represents 1/3. Now, out of this 1/3, I only need half of it. So I'll go back to my rows and I see I have 2 rows, and from those 2 rows I only need one of them. Therefore, I'm going to use a different color now. I will draw 2 rows. There they are. Let's make it a bit darker. Here it is. You can see them better now. I have 2 rows now, and out of these 2 rows I only need one of them. So here they are. I'm gonna double shade one of them. So here it is. This is a half of a third. If I look carefully now in my array, I have 6 pieces because this is a 2 by 3 array. I have 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so what would be a half of a third? Half of a third would be 1/6, because what is double shaded there, what I chose was 1 out of a third, and the entire array has 6 pieces, so I have 1 out of these 6 pieces. Therefore, I'm going to give to my neighbor a 6 of the pan of the Rice Krispie treats. It's not too much, but something. Alright, let's solve another problem and change the situation now a little bit. And let's say, again, I have a third of a pan of Rice Krispie treats. And this time, I would like to give a fourth of a third. Again, I know of will be multiplication. So what I'm really looking to do here is to do a quarter times a third. Again, I'm reminding myself that the first factor represents the rows and the second the columns. So I will go ahead and start always by the number that represents the columns, and I will draw my array. I need 3 columns. Alright, I will go ahead and I will draw 3 columns. There it is. And my problem tells me that I need to shade one of these columns. Alright, I will do that. Here it is. Shading. This is 1 out of 3. Alright. Now my problem is telling me that I need a quarter of this third. In order to find this quarter, I will need to split this third, this column here that you see, into 4. There it is. I'm splitting into 4 pieces. Okay, and my problem is telling me I need to choose one and only of these 4 columns. Okay, and there it is. I'm going to choose only one, and I'm only caring about what is shaded already because that represents this third here. The rest have not been selected. I don't want anything from them. I need only a fourth of this third. So if I look closely, this is a 4 by 3 array. I have 12 pieces, and out of these 12, what did I double shade? One of them only. So what I'll be giving this time to my neighbor is way less, is 1/12.